Good morning, welcome to another video. As you can see behind me, I'm down this intimate little stretch of the Avon. It's a bit of an offshoot off the Avon. I've come down here today to do a bit of trotting because the river is in absolutely fantastic condition. We've got 18 inches, 2 foot of visibility, something like that. There's some lovely chub in this stretch, so that's going to be the target today. Ooh, if I can manage not to fall in. We'll keep this bait going in. I've got some mash bread with me today. I've got some maggots. I'm thinking we'll go mash bread first off. A couple of reasons really. It's a little bit coloured and I'm not sure where the fish will be exactly. But also, it's getting a bit old to be honest. It's been in my car for about a week and a half. And although it's been very cold, I mean it's 3 degrees now. So it's not gone off as such, but it's aromatic, shall we say. So we need to get rid of it anyway. So yeah, very simple approach today. I'm going to fish my stick float setup. It's my Daiwa 15-foot Tournament Pro. 125M close face reel on there and a Drake Allo stem stick float. I'll stick all the info down in the description as usual. And if you want to see exactly how I set this up, I made a video. So I'll direct you up there to that and down in the description as well. There'll be a link. You can go and see exactly how I set it up. Now I've got couple, maybe 3 swims in mind today. So it might be a little bit of a roving session, but we're going to try and sort of get it going in certain swims. This being one of them, got a nice run down. It's quite twisty this bit, so there's not too many nice runs, but obviously we've got a run down here as you can see. I'll tell you what, handling mashed bread when it's 3 degrees, it is not warm. God, blimey, gonna have some cold fingers. Right. We'll feed for 5 minutes whilst we just put the rod together and we'll have a crack. I think we can get down here. This swim's changed. I've not been here this season, this stretch, I don't think anyway. This swim's really changed. We can get down here, which is great. I like to be down at water level if possible, and also obviously gets us off the skyline as well. It's a bit windy today, which is one of the reasons I came here. There's a bit of a breeze, but I knew this stretch it'd be off our backs. It's an easterly, it's absolutely biting. But as I say, we can hunker down in here, and the other swim I've got in mind, the wind will be off our backs as well. So we shouldn't get frostbite, I don't think. The important thing, of course, when doing this sort of thing is feeding. None of this bait I would expect to stick around in the swim. It's all just going to go washing through. And that's the idea. We want the fish catching it on the way through. We don't want to get a bed of bait down as such. Right, we'll change out this hook link because I've got size 18 on there. If we're going to fish maggots, I'll stick a bigger hook on than that. Right, let's have a go, shall we? Hopefully this coloured water, relatively coloured water, we'll have these fish out and about. I say we'll have a bit of a go on bread, then we'll perhaps change to maggots. Excuse me if I'm a bit croaky as well, I'm just getting over a bit of a cold. Right, I have overestimated the depth there considerably. Not a deep stretch this at all. I thought it was a bit deeper than that. Let's try that. How solid is this? Solid enough. Nice long run down, as you can see, but probably that is we've got to drag the float right back across the top of the fish. Fortunately, it's coming back up the inside, so that's good. I'm just tripping bottom there, so we've got that roughly the right depth, I think. We'll have half an hour in here. That'll be long enough, I think. Don't know if we're going to get a bite or not. And if not, we'll just move. We have to be a bit careful here. Obviously, we've got all that cover on that far side, which is probably where the fish are hanging out. If there are any here. And obviously, we're going to try and head back in there, but fortunately, we can run along the bank here and get a better angle on them if we need to. That looked like a bite. That did look like a bite. It was proper. Sort of slow drag under. God, it is bitey cold today. Blimey. I haven't got a coat on purely because I hate trotting and moving my arms around with a coat on. I am very wrapped up. It's just my fingers that are cold. I'm not expecting a lot of fish today, although we may have a hit of fish down on the main river where we go in a while. But really I'm thinking more sort of specimens from this little intimate stretch. There's some big old chub up here. Seemed like bites. That certainly seemed like a bite, but again, didn't connect. And we're only, cool, I don't know, 3.5 foot to that Olivet. I think it's deeper than that, but there may be some weed beds or something down there. Weeds don't seem to have died off properly this year. I guess it's not been that cold. Surprised we've not had a fish yet. Sounds a bit arrogant, I know, but it's, you know, just a chublet or something. I can't believe there's none here. But there aren't. We've been at it probably 20 minutes. We'll have another 10 minutes. I'm thinking I might have a move just upstream for half an hour before we go down on the main river. There we are. God, I was just thinking about a move and where it's been going down a few times. We're in. Fantastic. Just looking up there, thinking I'm going to move in a minute. We'd have had a bite by now. I'll just ease off the feed. That's probably helped a bit. Not massive at all, but it's a bite and it's a fish. I've remembered to set the landing net up, which is novel for me. Oh, not put it where I need it though. Just dipped under a few times, that did, and I thought, is that a bite? And then down it went. I thought, that's definitely a bite. As I say, he's no monster at all. I'd certainly rather catch him than not. Gotcha. Fantastic. Off the mark. Oh, the chub boogie. As you pick him up. God, we just nicked him. He nearly fell off. Well, as I say, no monster at all, but I'll settle for that. I'll settle for that. Right. Hopefully, first of a few. Oh, I forgot this is Aeroplane Central. No, they're here as well. That's a good thing. Little small stretches like this can be very, very peggy. You know, all the fish can just be one peg, especially this time of year. knowing they're around. It's good. As I said, I was just thinking about a move. It's taken half an hour to have that bite. I still think I probably will have a move. We'll give it 10 minutes and we'll probably have a bit of a move. Right, one more run through. I think I'm going to move. I don't think there's any quantities of fish in here. And I think if there was any decent ones lurking, we'd have had a bite by now if they were interested. So I think we're best off just trying to find some. Oh, that's gone under. Oh no, that looked like a bite as well. Perhaps we will have a bit longer. Every time I think about moving, we get a bite. Or what I think is a bite. Yeah, we've got a bit longer now. It's a lovely run through there. Lovely crease. I'm surprised we're not getting bites there. It's behind that tree. There's a bit of slack water and a lovely crease. There we go. That was exactly what I was saying about that crease. It looked like the perfect spot for a bite. And it's just gone down there. And this is a proper fish. It's doing pretty much nothing. Except trying to get back in that tree. No, 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 no. Oh. No. No, 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 no. My goodness, no, 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 no. Oh, this is a proper fish. No, 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 no. Just trying to get in those tree roots. That's why I've got really strong gear on. Oh, he's turned him, I think. We have turned him. Blimey, this is a proper fish. Wow. God, blimey, the state of this rod. God, my heart is in my mouth. Gotta be careful, there's some what look like snags down by my feet as well. Oh my goodness me. God, this rod's not had a workout like this for a while. Blimey. It's fast water as well. This is a chub. I mean, didn't think for a minute it was a barbel, but it's fighting like one. Blimey. God. Come on. Oh, what a fish. Can we get him in? A net. Oh, he's an absolute tank, as expected. Oh. God. That's a proper one. That is what we came for. We'll give him a minute. Give me a minute. Exactly where I thought. As you can see, there's that willow over there. And there's a little bit of a bay behind it, and there's a bit of slack in there. and just a nice crease runs across the front of it, and obviously the main flows through here. God, my arm is aching. Eye me. That's what we came for. Wow. Well, how about that? How's your luck? I nearly moved twice. £5.2. Absolutely wonderful. That is a cracking fish. I'm over the moon with it. Absolutely over the moon. That's what we came for. I said tonight there's a chance of a big one. Thank you very much, chap. Right, let's get him back. He's had a rest. I think we can get him back. That's cracking. Not a very elegant release in this deep net. There he goes. Well, I think I'm going home now. I'm not, but mission accomplished. Blimey, that's the first 5 on the float I've had for a couple of seasons. So I'm made up, as you can imagine. Right, we will have a move. We're going to have a look upstream, just around this corner. As I say, I'm in an iron as to whether we'll be able to fish there. So we're going to have a look, and if not, we'll get down bottom of the stretch. We've got more of a chance of having a hit of fish down there. But of course, decent chance of having some big ones as well. Now, from memory, this used to be good for a bite. Or 2 or 5. We have got a chance of a few fish out of here, certainly. Although, like I say, whatever happens, I'm going home happy. Definitely. Obviously, we've got to watch out in here for these snags on the inside. Not ideal at all. Yes, I do remember there being something there. Now that's just jogging my memory. A float going down there. There's an old branch or something across there, I think. You can see this line of trees we got down here on the inside. I think the chub tend to hang about in there. Just a case of getting them out, and then when you hook one, making sure they don't get back in again. Which can be a bit sketchy, as you can imagine. Yeah, we've gone through that time. Look, I just took 6 inches off. Oh, it's just dragging. So we just need a tiny bit more off. We're in. Didn't take long, did it? Just been trundling the bottom. And what we need to do is just keep him out there. Feels a reasonable fish. Yeah, he stayed out in the float. That's great. I think we've got him past these snags now. Wow, it's only 3rd or 4th run through. That's wonderful. I've got the keep net with me, really with this swim in mind, to be honest. So I think we'll get that in. It looks like we might have a few fish. We've had one this quickly. Trying to get me under my feet, look. He's a nice fish. God, don't they pull in this flow? Blimey. Cracking. Wonderful. That's about that. Absolutely cracking. That's wonderful. Right. We'll get the keep net in, as I say. It was funny, it was just trundling the bottom, I think, unless he had hold of it, of course. I think it was just trundling the bottom, it was trying to pull under, and then away it went. He may have had hold of it. May not have been the bottom, but I think perhaps the bottom just slowed it up. Well, I'm not sure it's the bottom. I think it's whether you see that tree that's been cut off. I think it's a branch or something, or roots sticking out under the water. Yeah, it was a fish by the looks of it. That hasn't tried to drag under at all. All right, a little bit of a dip then. I don't want to run too far down just yet, especially that tight into the cover. If we hook anything, they're just going to head straight back for that cover, and we haven't got an angle on them here to keep them out. Let's shallow up down there. Definitely, that float is definitely dragging. Well, the float's not dragging. I mean, the olivet's dragging. I can tell from the float that the olivet is dragging on the bottom. The float sort of waggles, which tells me that olivet's just running along the bottom. But it's not a problem. It'll slow the bait up a bit, which is great. I can just see the float doing that as it goes off downstream, which tells me that float is dragging that olivet along. I'm only set, blimey, 4 foot, 4.5. Oh, it was deeper than that in here. Clearly not. It is through here, and it seems to shallow off down there. I'm chucking this bread quite a long way over, and there's bits falling nearer than that, because these fish, I'm sure, are tucked on the inside. We want to get them out and feeding, and in this colour water I'm sure they'll be happy to come out. I don't want to start hooking them right near the snags, because we're going to lose some if we do. Well, they got the forecast right. Wind's off our back, it's going that way, which is perfect, really. Although it is a very cold east-northeasterly, but we're catching some fish, so we don't care, do we? Just put some mucilin on the line, just above the float, just to make it nice and easy. It just sits on top of that surface film, nice and easy to pick up then. I'm sure that was a bite. That really looked like a bite. I just suddenly shot under, and it really shot under as well. I mean, sometimes when you catch the bottom, you can just slowly pull under quite often, and that was proper shot under. I'm not fishing tight to this float. I'm not really holding it back, purely because it'll just swing right in. I don't want it to. God, that wind's picking up, blimey. It's good there, because as I lift the line, it's blowing it away from me, which is perfect. It's making it lovely to mend that line. It's not blowing a gale, but it's a breeze, certainly. Decent breeze. Fish. I think it is. It is. God, it did nothing. Absolutely nothing. For several seconds. Trying to get no snags. I think he might have made it. No. So sketchy coming past that tree. So sketchy. I think we got him. I think we got him past. Feels a better fish, this does. Better, bigger, a bigger fish than the last one, certainly. God, blimey. This rod is getting a workout today. God. Suddenly I can't shift him again. Oh. Just getting that flow. God, blimey. Oh, he's a nice fish. Is it safe to reach for the landing? Oh, he's a tank as well. Blimey. No wonder he... Oh, he's off it. Come on. Come on, give it up. Give it up. Nope. Always make me reach for the landing net before I should. Oh, that's an absolute tank. The landing net's all inside out. Come on, sort yourself out. There we go. God, that is an absolute unit. Again. Wow. Well, he's £4 if he's an ounce and some. I think we'll weigh him. Still not done, look. Well, when I saw him in the landing net, I thought, I reckon we might have done a brace of 5s. Not quite. £4.13 this one. It's about that. He's not far off a 5. Absolutely fantastic. What a session. Unbelievable. Beautiful colours as well. What a fish. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's see if we can have his big brother, shall we? Well, I would love to do my float PB. Float caught chub PB, that is. And this is the time of year to do it, but at 5.14 it's going to take some doing. It's going to take a 6 really. Unless I'm very unlucky and catch a 5.15. It's not prolific in here. We've been in here best part of an hour. We've had two fish. So they're not crawling up the line, but certainly can't complain. It just shows you've done it as well. I mean, I knew, as I say, this bread's gone a little bit aromatic is the best way I can put it. Fish don't care. They're still troughing it. It's had a bit of a rest, this swim, for the last 5 minutes or so, 10 minutes probably. I've carried on feeding, but just been sorting out. Obviously we weighed that fish, etc. Just having a little bit of a sort out. Wetting up some more mashed bread. There's actually, I'm calling it mashed bread, and it is effectively mashed bread, but what I've done is I've got some liquidized bread basically, and just I'm wetting it up. But it's not liquidized that fine. Some bits of crust and stuff in it. It does exactly the same job. I just made it really soggy, so it's just dispersing through the water column. We'll have another hour, I think. It's about midday now, just gone. We'll fish perhaps till 1. I've just got this Olivet trapped between 2 gripper stops, just so I can move it about on the line. I'm just going to move it up a little bit, give this bread a little bit more room to waft about. See if that makes any difference. As I say, we're not getting loads of bites, but you know, certainly not complaining about the fish we've caught. But I'm always a bit of a fiddler. If it's not working, if I'm not getting plenty of bites, I always play with stuff, try and make something happen. And quite often, the cast after you do something like that, you'll get a bite. You know, these fish might have perhaps not been near the bottom. They might have moved up in the water a little bit, perhaps to intercept this bread that's coming down. Right, last run through, last bit of bread. It's been a good hour since we had this fish, this nice fish. Possibly had 1 or 2 more bites, but it could well have been the bottom, I'm not sure. But I don't want to push it with this, getting over this cold. I don't want it back again. And it is proper cold today, this wind. It'd be nice if we'd have this easterly wind. Well, nice. Nice for 3 degrees. It's an absolute tank, that one. What a fish. Even that smaller one's a nice fish. God, it's so lively now. Of course, and a nice rest. Go on, back you go. We'll get this one back in the landing net. I don't know. Lob him in. Go on. Well, that has been about as good as I could have possibly wished, really. We've had 2 absolutely wonderful fish. I did think perhaps we'd have a few more bites in this swim, but yeah, it's not prolific, but I certainly can't complain. Having a near brace of 5s, that's been absolutely cracking. Wonderful, wonderful fishing. This river does look good, so I'm going to try and get out tomorrow, I think, as well. Fingers crossed I'll be able to get out. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support. Thanks to those of you who supported me through buymecoffee.com. And I'll see you again very soon.